Welcome back to Chester, where the Union hosts the Montreal Impact at the top of the hour. Marissa, the Union have had to showcase their depth due to injuries. Update us on that injury report.
A couple players to keep your eye on. Andre Blake, of course, is still recovering from that right hand laceration. It's running in between his pointer and middle finger on his right hand, limiting his mobility. So they're going to wait until that heals, until the stitches can be taken out. Fabian Herbers had hernia surgery about 3 weeks ago. They're following surgeons' protocols with that, making sure that they're not rushing him back too soon. And Oguchi Onyewu, as we mentioned earlier tonight, he is unavailable tonight with a groin injury. He is day-to-day with that injury. He was questionable last week, but it seems to be bothering him a little bit more. And we just got word that Keegan Rosenberry, he is not in the 18 tonight, and that's because he is day-to-day with a hip injury.
Yeah, Ray Gaddis is doing very well at that right back spot in place of Keegan Rosenberry, with the hope that he recuperates very quickly. Now, one of my favorite things to see for the Philadelphia Union is to see the Union's unified Special Olympics team take the pitch. Last weekend, they played FC Dallas' Special Olympics team, had a great experience in the city of brotherly love, and here are the highlights from that awesome day.
We took our Special Olympics athletes from Philadelphia as well as FC Dallas on a bus tour of Philadelphia. We started in Old City over by Hilton Penn's Landing, went to Eastern State Penitentiary, got to run the steps of the Art Museum, which was really cool. They posed in front of Rocky.
We bring a team from somewhere else and they meet with our unified team, and unified is people with and without intellectual disabilities playing together. Came here on the pavilion and they had a great time.
I mean, how do you watch that and not have a smile on your face? It's such an incredible project that MLS Works does, paired with the Special Olympics, and you know, players stayed afterwards, fans stayed afterwards to cheer on both teams. Just an incredible atmosphere here. I was lucky enough to go on that trip last season to Colorado, and it was just amazing to be part of those groups, and just the respect and love those kids show each other. It's truly incredible and amazing to be a part of. And if you want to find out more, you can go to specialolympics.org.
And remember, the team this year came from Abraham Lincoln High School, and I was told that they won the Unified Soccer Championships as well, and you hit the nail on the head. I love that both teams, you got FC Dallas and the Philadelphia Union, just come out after a hard-fought game and watch. That is certainly remarkable to see. Well, earlier tonight, our very own Marissa Pilla caught up with one of the rookie sensations for the Philadelphia Union, Marcus Epps. The interview with the USF product when we return to Chester.
So much for your time, Marcus.
Thank you.
As for Montreal, the Impact are led by Ignacio Nacho Piatti, who has 9 goals to pace the club. He has dealt with some injuries this season. He's a threat for Mauro Biello on the wing, and against the Union, he's tallied 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 career games, and look for a lot of interchange up top with Oduro and Mancosu to aid Piatti's attack. And Impact goalkeeper Evan Bush will make his 100th MLS start tonight in his 6th MLS season. 31-year-old from Concord Township, Ohio, has tallied 3 shutouts this year. He's allowed 33 goals, but keep in mind, he didn't play in that 4-0 loss. It was the backup Maxime Crepeau who started that matchup. Last year, Bush set personal records for the Montreal Impact and Mauro Biello. In fact, Marissa, this is their only road game in August. Coming up next, they have 4 straight home games at Stade Saputo, so they know they want to steal points here against the Union, because when they go home, they're very comfortable up there.
But they're not the strongest team on the road, Montreal. We all know how hard it is to win on the road in MLS. So Montreal is really going to look to get a spark going. They had a great win last weekend against Orlando City SC, where they were down a goal and they came back to win the game 2-1. The one who scored that game-winning goal was Anthony Jackson Hamel, who he has 6 goals this year, 5 of which are him coming off the bench as a sub. So if Montreal's down late in the game, watch for him to check in, because he is the definition of fresh legs. He gets the offense going, and the Union are going to need to pay attention to him even late in games.
Jim Miley is also another player to watch out in the midfield as well. He has been a threat on loan from a club in Italy as well. Now turning to the Union's USL affiliate, Bethlehem Steel FC. They're right now in the playoff punt. It's their 2nd season in the USL, and Marissa, they've fared very well this season.
They're doing really well, 9-2-8, 7th in USL, and compared to last season where they were 6, 14, and 10. Dave, you covered this team so closely last year, and you're so involved with them still. I know you keep track of them, you watch all their games. How have you seen them progress in their 2nd season?
What I like is seeing all the new players flourish for them. 21 new players from last year to this year have debuted with Steel FC. We've seen a lot of Union guys come down as well. I want to get this right. 10 academy players have seen time soon, so that's a testament to Brendan Burke, Jeff Cook, Steve Hogan and Jay Cootie, the coaching staff at Steel FC. They went on an 8-game unbeaten streak. They're playing Toronto tomorrow at Goodman Stadium on the campus of Lehigh University. You definitely want to check out that matchup if you're available too.
Well, it might be a late start here in Chester, but the kids are still out. Crowds filling in at Talent Energy Stadium looking for a win and some redemption as the Union hosts Montreal Impact after this.
Back at Talent Energy Stadium, where the Union looked to avenge a loss and draw to Montreal earlier this season. And above Section 113 with Marissa Pilla, I'm Dave Little. I'm expecting a lot of consistency out of the number 10 with Elcio tonight, especially keeping Bedoya and Pontius up high in the matchup, because that should fare well for the Union in the final third.
Well, they want to keep Pontius up top and push him forward a lot, but they also want him to help out on defense on that right side, because that's where Ignacio Piatti likes to come down, and he and Ray are going to have to team up with that a little bit. But Alejandro Bedoya is almost an unsung hero in the fact that he can really facilitate this team in any which way he wants. But that game against Dallas was what Jim Curtin called the first half the best 45 minutes of soccer the team has played, and because of that, 4 members of the team were named to the MLS Team of the Week. John McCarthy, a career best 9 saves, the most by any Union goalkeeper this season. Ilsinho played a pivotal role against Dallas for the first time in his Union career, had a goal and 2 assists. CJ Sapong now has a career-high 12 goals that we saw, and Jim Curtin also honored by the league. He really put together a great game plan. He gives all credit to the team and how well they executed it.
It's really a testament to the Union as resiliency, because they didn't start well, started 0-4-4, but now in this playoff push, it's kind of the opposite of last year. Now they need a strong finish to make the playoffs. And now some exciting news off the pitch. The Union have named a new chief tattoo officer, Marissa, and this has just been getting everybody by storm here, as Bone Daddy's Tattoo will be the chief tattoo officer.
Well, it's certainly a position unlike any other in the league. They started off with 150 applications. They whittled them down to 13, then 5, and then they chose Bone Daddies. They'll also be incorporating local tattoo artist Dan Czar to serve as a guest in efforts to serve the Union's tattoo needs. And get this, on August 21st, VP of Marketing Doug Vosick, Richie Marquez, and founding Sons of Ben member Corey Fullen, they're all going to get simultaneously tattooed to celebrate the inauguration of this partnership. It's pretty incredible, very unique, really fun stuff coming out of the club.
You just don't see this around professional sports, and love that some groundbreaking stuff here at the Union. Now let's take a look at some key MLS games from Week 23. Right now, Toronto is leading Portland by a score of 3-0. They're unbeaten their last 5, well on their way to being unbeaten in 6. 7:30, Orlando looks to capture its first win with Dom Dwyer against the Red Bulls. 9 Eastern, third place Houston hosts San Jose, the Union's next opponent on the 19th. And the nightcap, LA Galaxy, now led by Siggy Schmidt, who's third place New York City FC. And on behalf of the Philadelphia Union, we have some condolences to send.
Well, yeah, Sons of Ben lost one of their most beloved members in Kenny Hansen this week. He suffered a tragic accident. We, of course, extend our condolences to all those who knew and loved Kenny. He was such an energetic figure in the Sons of Ben. He was president of the group for 3 years, and tonight the team will be warming up in T-shirts with his initials on it, as well as the Sons of Ben logo. Everyone will be wearing black armbands on the field, and Alejandro Bedoya, his captain's band, will feature both the Sons of Ben logo and Kenny's initials.
And I also heard that DC United supporter section, all their supporter sections, are going to honor him at about the 20th minute. So I think that's just remarkable, and it's a great sign of class from DC United. I want to point that out there. He was the president of the Sons of Ben from 2013, stepping down in 2016. And we send our thoughts and prayers again to his wife, Amy, on behalf of the entire Philadelphia Union organization as well. Now, Alejandro Bedoya in this matchup, Marissa, should have a key game here going through the final third.
Well, he did a great job last week making Mauro Diaz a non-factor from creating plays. He's going to need to do that again tonight, really facilitate that middle, be that link between offense and defense. But there's other players, of course, on the field that need to help Bedoya as well.
And also keep an eye, Josh Yar is going to make just his second start of the season in for Nguchi Onyewu, who's day-to-day with a groin injury. So Yar will be paired with Elliott, and they're going to flip spots here. So keep an eye on that back four for the Philadelphia Union as they will battle the Montreal Impact in this one. And as the Union look to ascend closer to the red line, the club looks for its 5th straight win at home. Montreal is 2 points behind the Union, playing its lone road game in August. I'll see you at halftime. Marissa will be on the sidelines with JP Delacamera and Tommy Smith coming up next. Enjoy the first half, everyone.